We started with this smaller building, which is now a utility building, in order to learn how to do the corners and get the logs fitting together properly. And then when we were confident, we moved over to the much bigger logs, which we found on the property, and commenced work on the more challenging size. These joints are a lot of work, and it takes a while to get used to getting them to fit nice and tight. The way we did it was we'd lay the log on to get an idea of where the joint needed to be. Then I'd rough out the joint with a chainsaw, and then Barb would come along with a chisel and fine tune it, and we'd have to fit it and fit it and fit it until it snugged up nice and tight.
Actually, there's a bit more. I actually scribed the joints before they got cut with the chainsaw. And then I did a rough chiseling so that it didn't break the skin of the log when Herb chainsawed them out. So the scribing was an important part of it. Because you have to rotate your tomatoes every year so they don't get diseased, Herb and I have built 4 of these structures that this plastic goes on. It just goes on one different one every year, and the tomatoes and peppers get growing in there, and we'll have a look at them. So this one that grew tomatoes and peppers and basil last year grew garlic and fava beans this year, and when I took out the garlic, I planted some peas. So we'll see how they do.
There are mechanical trackers you can buy, but this is the human version. We're in what is called our power house, which is the place where we store our batteries, and these units here are part of the system. This is an inverter, and the batteries are in a box down here near the floor, and then the power from the panels, which we just looked at, are fed through this system and into the house. There are other places where we have small solar units, which we'll show you later, just for specific purposes. Okay, we're down here at our chief water source for the garden. In order to grow a garden, you need water, and lots of water. So we had a seasonal stream flowing through here, so we decided to dig a pond in the middle of that seasonal stream, which runs in the wintertime. It fills right up in the wintertime. It's August now, and we still have water available. This solar collector and the batteries underneath collect the energy, and a small 12-volt pump delivers the water from here all the way up to the hill where the gardens are, as well as to the gardens that are here close to the pond.
So what can a normal everyday person do to promote sustainability?
Well, my top of the list suggestion would be to build soil. And the reason for that is that building soil sequesters carbon, which means that carbon is tied up in the soil, improving the soil, allowing plants to grow which breathe in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. If you need more information about composting human waste, this is a fabulous book. It's called The Humanure Handbook, A Guide to Composting Human Manure by Joseph Jenkins. It would make a fabulous coffee table book, and this is actually the 2nd edition. There's now a 3rd, possibly a 4th edition.
This is a bucket that we take from our toilet that has the human waste in it. We put it into this compost pile and keep it covered. And after a few years, we take it and use it to help fertilize fruit trees and shrubs and things like that. We don't use it directly onto our garden. I want to show you another thing that we did here, and it's this berm over here, which is composed of truckloads and truckloads of debris from a place on Denman. But they wanted to get rid of it, so we said bring it here, and we created this berm, which for us acts as a fence and a windbreak and a bit of protection for our gardens.